Hello and welcome back to Joellen's Kitchen, where we make Pennsylvania Dutch dishes. Today I'm going to make something a little bit simple but very tasty, and that would be an eggplant. And I simply got this at the store. It was like $2 and a couple of cents, so it's not very much, but Pennsylvania Dutch relatives and ancestors really did grow eggplant. Now, if you're Italian, I'm sure you're used to making the Parmesan and putting it on spaghetti or chicken with some sauce. But the Pennsylvania Dutch simply cut off the ends, and then I have this old hand potato peeler. I don't know if you can see it very well, and it's really handy, I think, also to peel the shells off of an eggplant. You can see how nicely they come off. You can do it with a paring knife if you don't have a potato peeler. But you want to peel off those purple shells, and you'll get down to a whitish green coloring. Get off the edges here. Okay, now we're just going to get rid of these shells. And now we want to cut our eggplant into slices. And I would say between 1/4 and 3/8 of an inch, somewhere in that vicinity. Now you might see some seeds in there, but we're going to eat the seeds and all. They won't hurt you, and they're very soft when you chew them. I'm going to lay these out here a little bit. I like to sprinkle a little bit of salt on them. I just think they taste so much better that way. There we go. And then what the Pennsylvania Dutch would do is either sprinkle some flour on, but what I like to do is pick up an eggplant, drop it in a plastic bag, and kind of roll it around in there. And voila, I have a flour-coated eggplant. Of course, you need a platter on which to lay the pieces once you have them breaded. You could reach in with your fingers, but they get all, because of the moisture from the eggplant and then the flour, your fingers will get all coated with flour and they get kind of gunky, so I like to use a tongue to pick them out. Now, for demonstration purposes, I wanted to let you know there's a couple of alternatives. You can put a second coat on. If you want to do that, you want to crack some eggs. I have about 3 eggs here I'm going to put in. You want a fork, and with that fork you're simply going to whisk the eggs until you have them mixed thoroughly, that it looks nice and even. The egg whites and the yolks are mixed very well. There we go. And then I get these extra crackers when I get chili. I don't really eat crackers a lot, but they make nice toppings. So what you can do is add some cracker crumbs to your flour. And I also got, I don't know, with a salad or something, some croutons. So this is really more flavored breadcrumbs. And I'm just going to keep adding to it. So I have enough to give you a good demonstration. Make sure they're crunched up real good. And now what you want to do is hold that open, but take your eggplant and dip it on both sides into your eggs, just like that. And then drop it right into the middle of either your second coat of flour or your bread and cracker crumbs, or just cracker crumbs if you like it real crunchy. Some people like more breading than others. I don't usually put a lot of breading on, but I wanted to show you what it will look like and how to get it accomplished. So I just have now a really nice coated eggplant. And we'll do a couple more. Now, if I was working with Grandma, of course, she'd get out the lard and get that cast iron skillet fired up so that we could fry it in the skillet. But I'm going to use some Mazola coin oil, and we're going to fry it in that. I suppose an air fryer would be another alternative you could try if you really don't like any fat whatsoever. But the point is, we want to fry these, and when they're done, they'll be just a light golden brown and very, very tasty. If you have Italian in you as well, of course, you can go the next step and make some spaghetti, and you can put this on your spaghetti. Other people will take it and put like layer after layer with mozzarella cheese between and pour sauce on it and bake it that way and make like a casserole with the eggplant. That's good too. All these kinds of things are possible. Nothing is out of the realm of possibility. Simply use your imagination, but the very basic recipe is the eggplant that is floured, period, with a little salt. Why, they come out looking really nice with the crackers on them. I think that's plenty. We have about half with the double layer and the eggs and half just with the flour. So we can taste both of them, see which one we like the best. Let's go over to my old-fashioned cook stove over here. It's gas. A lot of people comment on that. So we'll get that cranked up and we'll fry it away. Turn it on. Get my flame started and turn on the burner. There we go. And I'm going to put my Mazola in there. You do want your oil hot first. See a couple bubbles coming up in it because you don't want it soaking into the flour nor the crackers. I happen to have a copper-coated non-stick pan. Again, Grandma used an old iron skillet. It was black as could be, and she would put that on and thick, and it took a while to heat up. But these things tend to heat up fairly quickly, and of course, gas heats up a lot quicker than electricity does too. At least that's my experience. I might be a little late with the apron for the flour, but for the grease splashing, I thought I better put it on, just in case. Oh yes, it's bubbling right around the pieces here. The other thing you could do is fry it in margarine or butter too. Whatever your taste buds tell you you could eat, that's how you do it. Now, as you can see, they're bubbling up and they're frying a bit. They're not splashing too bad, so that's good. And we want to let them brown on the one side, and then we'll flip it to the other side. I think I flip this one in here first. Oh yeah, nice little browning going on. Look how nice they brown, very nice. Now when they're done, we simply want to put them on a plate with a paper towel underneath to drain the grease. Okay, here's my plate of fried eggplant, and we're going to give it the old taste test. They're nice and tender. I love them. I just think it's a fairly healthy dish, and if you like, you can add more salt. And again, you can add a little ketchup to them. It's kind of like eating a French fry then, sort of. But whatever your palate tells you, that's what you do. Try them plain first, and then you can always add ketchup. So good.